So, good morning and a warm welcome to the closing of the 2 weeks rural development training that the majority has successfully passed. Honorable Del Rumdedeng, acting chairperson of the local government board of the Republic of South Sudan. Elizabeth Henry, chairperson of the Association of Women in Local Government Administration. Richard Dakteni, facilitator of the training and representing the team of facilitators, which are Jimmy Shilau, Dr. Vial, and Richard himself. Dear WiLGA members of the boards, state coordinators, and all of you who have joined and traveled far to join this training, invited guests, and dear team members of the GIZ Rural Governance Project. My name is Lea Flasspöhler. I'm the program manager of the GIZ Rural Governance in South Sudan project, and it is my pleasure also to meet you in person. Most of you after a long time, but many of you also for the first time today. When I joined the opening about 1.5 weeks ago, I was still in Germany. I've just arrived yesterday morning. And I'm very much looking forward to meeting most of you and spending a lot of time those upcoming days. I'm the program manager of the GIZ Rural Governance Project. Just a brief reminder of what we do. The project focuses or has the objective to strengthen rural governance and sustainable rural development in 6 partner counties across the Republic of South Sudan, but especially also in 6 partner counties, which are Manyo and Akobo, Twitch and Awil West, and Tekeka and Munder East, which are all 3 regions of South Sudan. We have 3 areas of action. In the first area of action, we support and the local government board incapacitating local government administrative officers, focusing on participation, citizen participation and citizen engagement, working with different stakeholders across our counties to engage with the participants and train local government administrative officers. In the second action area, we focus on supporting and strengthening women in local government administration. This is where the idea of WiLGA came up, and WiLGA was officially launched last year in June, together with the local government board. And third area of action is we are trying to increase space and allow for space for dialogue between cattle keepers and farmers to mitigate and peacefully solve conflicts around land and cattle migration. So this is the program. Why are you here? There was as part of the capacity development activities, GIZ together with the local government board have developed a rural development training. And this training we also wanted to provide to WiLGA members, which are closest to the people and which also live mostly in rural areas. So the rural development training was there to provide you and to give you insight and basic knowledge on what needs to be in place for rural development to be happening, also in all the areas that you are from. So the training combined topics such as ethical leadership, rural development, local economic development, but also governance, gender and women who play an essential part in rural development. So the training was very interactive, I hope. It was trying to engage all of you, most of you. It was very participatory. And I hope it was also a good mix of theoretical lessons and input and practical experience sharing that allowed you to learn from each other, because the knowledge is within you. It's not within the facilitators. It's not within us as GIZ. The knowledge is actually within you. The local knowledge you have that is very essential to allow for rural development to take place. So this was also part of the training, to tap upon what you already know, to be able to support you in your positions, because all of you have a position in local government administration. You all have your roles and your tasks and duties to take care of. And training was really aiming to enhance your capacities to be able to fully engage and live up your roles and to your own expectations. So what has happened? Over 14 modules were taught over the last 1.5 weeks. The group consisted of about 42 participants from all 10 states and 3 administrative areas across South Sudan. Unfortunately, not all were present because some didn't have time or weren't able to make it to Juba. But I think you can also be proud of yourself, because most states and administrative areas are actually represented here today. And you are only here on behalf of all the female administrative officers across all over South Sudan. I also learned that a majority of you passed the exam, so already congratulations to you. I think the facilitators will also be able to tell you more. But I also think that this was a good job done by the facilitators. So really try to incorporate all your needs, all your different levels of language that you're able to speak, the different level of knowledge and experience you have. And I think that was also not easy and challenging from time to time, but the way I learned from many of you, I learned from my colleagues, and I also learned from the facilitators, was that it actually went quite well. On the other hand, I think also you as a group were actually quite engaged. Yeah, there was something that was given to me as information even shortly after the training started, that despite having many issues, family issues, some of you carrying small children, others being exhausted from time to time because you are about to deliver, you nevertheless managed to come and you actively engaged yourself. And I think that's a very essential and a very good thing, because it shows that there's interest and that this training also was of interest for you, and you will be able to take something with you. I'm aware that there are some challenges you were facing, also in terms of logistics and administration. This is something we are always trying to do our best. It's not that easy though, and I hope that we will constantly learn also from you to know what can be improved from our side in the future. What are the next steps? The next steps is that this training will be closed today, but the group of you will actually remain as such. For the next 2 weeks, there will be a General Assembly, the WiLGA General Assembly taking place, and there will be an additional training on SGBV and leadership and governance taking place, where I hope we will also as GIZ be able to continue capacitating yourself together with the local government board of the Republic of South Sudan. I would like to encourage you to continue learning and also continue to be engaged as much as possible. Not stop your engagement when you leave Juba, but actually start your engagement and even continue your engagement when you are back to your respective counties, to your respective Payam and Boma administrations, and also spread your knowledge and experience to others, share with others, because sharing actually increases the value of the information you have, and together you will be able to achieve more. The knowledge you have, you will not be able to bring into your respective counties, communities, without support. So there also need to be good and strong networks and communities that you will be able to engage to achieve rural development in your counties and your respective environments. And with these words, I would like to once again thank you as participants. Thanks a lot to the facilitators, also to the Board of Directors and Elizabeth Henry as chairperson, and the local government board to making this training possible, but also thanks to the team of the GIZ Rural Governance project. Here you have Kai and Munda, but also the drivers and the finance team who make this training possible. I'm very much looking forward to continue engaging with you, and thank you so much. Handing over back to Kai.